Tell me something. What's a beautiful broad like you doing with a malacca like this, huh?
It's purely sexual.
No shit.
She's into malaccas, Dino.
Welcome to the Regular Menthol Podcast, where we discuss Kino movies. My name is Tate. My co-host here is Chris.
Hello, folks.
We give our thoughts on the movie, our experience with it growing up. Then we discuss specific scenes that we like, followed up by our very own Kino rating. Today, we're discussing the movie Weird Science, starring Kelly LeBrock, Anthony Michael Hall, and Ilan Mitchell-Smith. Wow. Gang,
Yes.
How are you? You're in a new house. You're all in.
Yeah, man. I'm like super annoyed. I'm trying to put up these light fixtures and like it's not working because I'm not an electrician. It's kind of driving me crazy. A little bit of a pain in the ass, but yeah, slowly but surely getting things done.
Mostly the stress is over, though.
Well, the stress of moving is over. In fact, but the one thing I forgot to have them do was move. The people left a refrigerator, which I'm just going to use to store meat. And they left it in the basement. So I might have to have you come over and help me move it, bro. Sorry.
Where are you going to move it?
To the garage.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense, yeah.
Fortunately, there's like a walkout in the basement, so I can just run it right around the side of the house, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Consider it done.
I appreciate you. Yeah, so mowed my lawn for the first time ever, like in my adult life, which is pretty cool. Yeah, dude. Nah, it's pretty sweet though. Backed up against the woods, so it's nice and quiet. So, but yeah, man, it's just all this pain in the ass, like house stuff. I don't know, dude. It's just like I have to totally redo the house.
Are you getting new furniture?
Yeah, I gotta get like new couches and shit. Move the other ones in the basement, but it's just a process. So we're getting there slowly but surely. How you making?
Is your
out, bro?
basement finished?
Yeah. Like half of it's finished, and the other half is just like where like the HVAC is and all this other storage, which is nice to have, man. It's like the biggest selling point of the whole house is just having storage. For me, at least.
I hear.
How you making out, brother? Still alive? I see,
dude. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm surviving. I'm having trouble breathing.
Hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, basically. I just got to make it another week so I can get down to shore. But
Ooh, talk to me about
let's
that.
Let's see if it happens. I don't know. We'll see.
Cigars in the dusk time, like a nice beach walk.
Oh yeah,
the cigar.
Yeah, 100%. You'll get
powerful.
You'll get some 8:00 cigar time for sure. It's going to Senile City. So
Senile City. How's the gym down there? Don't you go to that gym?
Yeah, they have one, but the dude that runs it, it's like a franchise called Attilis, and the guy that runs it in Sea Isle, they redid the whole gym. So it's going to be 50-50 whether it's open or not, because they said it's open for summer, but I haven't seen any announcements yet. They said it was going to be late June, which is tight, getting tight. And I hate going through the one in Wildwood.
At the end of the day, maybe just take the week off.
I don't even know. I can't even. I'm gonna have to translate what you just said. I don't even know what that means.
Hey, I haven't lifted in like 3 weeks, man. I'm at the office and all these young guys, they all lift, and I'm like, bro, I haven't worked out in like 3 weeks, bro. I just don't have the energy in my body after moving. So,
anyway. You want to hear something devastating? Go to LA Fitness, walk in. There's signs all over the place that the gym's closing.
No
Fort
shit.
Washington. Yep.
Like,
I'm gonna have to go up to North Wales. Yep.
That's
they're gonna force me now.
That's my spot, bro. Back in the day. Hit that.
We're gonna see him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good. So talk to me about this weird science movie. What's it all about?
Weird Science is a coming-of-age story about two socially inept teenagers who decide that self-improvement is far too much work, and that creating a supermodel with godlike powers in their bedroom is more practical solution. Gary and Wyatt spent roughly 5 minutes combining a home computer, a doll, and whatever electricity was available in suburban Illinois before successfully accomplishing what every major research institution on Earth could not, creating artificial life. Their creation, Lisa, immediately demonstrates the ability to manipulate reality, summon luxury cars, and bend the laws of physics, which naturally makes her the ideal person to help two awkward high schoolers get dates. It all culminates in Gary and Wyatt learning that the secret to confidence was inside them all along.
Very nice. Nice. Very nice.
Dude, how well versed were you in this movie? Like, in all our years working together, I don't think we once discussed this movie, and it's like, it's shocking to me because there's a lot of elements in this that we did discuss, but not the movie itself.
Yeah, I think I saw this once or twice growing up. Never really big on it. Yeah, I just remember when I first saw this, they create this incredibly hot chick. And I'm thinking as a kid, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's what I need to do. I just need to create the perfect hot chick. Totally feasible.
Right. You see that, you're like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah. Easy. That's it. But no, I don't know. I wasn't big on this movie. I knew of it. Like I said, I maybe saw it once or twice, but yeah, I don't think we ever really talked about it.
This is an early movie where I discovered boners. I was like,
The boner
I think
movie?
I'm getting a boner. Yeah.
Hey man, that's a chick, Lisa. That's
Forming
Lisa.
early thoughts of attractiveness in my mind. But there's this whole generation of people who have no idea, I feel like, what this movie is. And yet it's possible that they do know the song Weird Science that was made for the movie and performed by Oingo Boingo. Are you familiar with the song?
Weird Science. Oh yeah. Boom. Yeah. Go ahead.
I feel like this is a banger of a song, and even if this movie wasn't made, it would still be a popular, successful song.
Dude, all those 80s bands, like, oh yeah, like Send Me an Angel. They come up with all these like weird, I can't remember a couple of the bands, like what's the one? Doctor, the Thompson Twins. Like you listen to this, yeah, dude, you listen to some of their other songs, they're kind of wild. So like this falls in that same category, I feel like, but yes, it would be a banger without this movie. But I think it's been recently used for other shit, hasn't it? Weird Science?
I'm not sure. I'm sure it has been.
I feel like I've seen that in marketing lately, but could be wrong. But yeah, it's a banger, no question about it.
Let's just for a second discuss the premise of this movie. These guys basically just make a supermodel to what exactly? To have sex with? Like,
yeah, dude.
Thoughts on imagine this being remade today. What are the implications?
Oof. Yeah, I don't think that Hollywood's remaking this movie. That's a big thing. What would that look like to you?
They'd have Zendaya be Lisa.
Zendaya's and everything. Yeah, man, that would be but they'd have to have an older chick though. Zendaya's like 20-some years old.
Mm-hmm.
Although, how old do you think this chick is in this movie? Probably.
That's a great question.
You can't.
That might be an 80s 20, dog.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like in these 80s movies, you can never tell how old these people are because like the hair,
right?
Just like oh yeah, that person was like 40-some. Like, oh really? Okay, for sure. No, I don't see them possibly remaking it. So this is a one and done, bro. They don't have any of these movies nowadays. Like these are all the John Hughes coming of age movies. 16 Candles, Breakfast Club. This, like, they're not going to remake those movies. They're too wholesome. They just refuse to. Hollywood hates them.
Speaking of John Hughes, like this is the John Hughes film that speaks to me the most. I think this is like a proto Gooner film. Like when you're in high school, your horny factor it's very high because all the tests just being pumped through your veins via puberty.
Yeah,
it's like I that's what I want to take steroids just so I can feel the horniness of a 18-year-old again.
Is that what it does when you write it out?
I think so, but like it's maybe the message in this movie, which we can get into in a bit, like it's a bit more than just this high school drama. There's a little bit more going on.
Yeah, John Hughes, he loves the coming of age movie, and what is the modern day John Hughes director / movie that exists?
It's not existing. I don't think it exists. There's no high school drama movies like this.
There's like
very popular in the 80s.
Yeah, what's what I'm saying. So, well, in the same note, he if you notice, he does love him some Anthony Michael Hall. That dude.
Yeah.
Which I think that dude rules as an actor. I don't know what your thoughts are on him, but he's more serious. And later on, we actually covered Edward Scissorhands, and like I don't know what it is about this dude, but like his deliveries, man, are pretty good. I think he's a good actor. I mean, I don't know what he hasn't, I'm sure, done anything crazy lately, probably more serious roles, but I think that this teenage years, like his delivery, his nuance, like he's super comfortable. Like they're comedies and shit, obviously, but I think he's a really good actor. I like him.
Yeah, he's also typecast early on as this nerd.
Yeah.
And
then he's like the Chad and Edward Scissorhands.
Right. And this is the bridge. This movie is somewhat of the bridge. The story itself is him going from a nerd to this like guy that takes action, right? But in real life, that might be the case too. This movie is him being typecast as a nerd to going into Chad territory.
First time watching this, you recall?
Not really. I mean, I just remember seeing it some random afternoon. My brother probably had it on cable TV. Might have been first grade or something.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. I remember seeing it for the first time, and this thing jumped out at me. I was like, why is Wes from The Road Warrior in this movie in basically the same role? The guy, the guy, the like motorcycle guy at the end.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, what is wrong with me, dude? Like, I'm in like first grade and I know these characters from these movies that I probably shouldn't have ever watched at that period in my life. Like, probably unhealthy. I've seen so many movies when I was little that really shouldn't have been the case.
Yeah. I think for me, like I said, I've seen it once or twice. Don't really remember too much about it. I just recall like it being like a cool concept of they're making this super hot chick. And like Lisa was the name back then. It was like, if you're cool, your name was Lisa. And I'm just like, oh, dude, this is pretty awesome. But like, I was too young, I think, to speak to the whole party thing. So when they're doing like the party scenes or whatever, I just like didn't really, I was like, probably, I don't know, I'm like freaking 10 years old. So I'm like, oh, what's this about? You know what I mean? So I couldn't really.
What's a house party?
Like I'd love a proper house party. So, but yeah.
Did your brothers ever have a house party without your parents knowing?
We had one party when we were in high school and someone threw up on the floor and passed out. But we rallied. I mean, there's 4 of us, so we cleaned up, you know. But my parents never really left, dude. They were always at home. So like they very rarely would go anywhere, especially without us. Like we just take like family vacations. So it's like there was never an opportunity to have a house party. But it was, if I recall, it was like one house party. It was like when I was in high school or like almost in high school. So literally made character. I'm assuming that you're Gary. So I guess that makes me Wyatt.
Yeah, I mean, I vibe with Gary because it seems like he's able to imagine these insane scenarios in his head, and I do that all the time. I'll just stare off and like stare at a wall, and not even be consciously, you know, understanding what I'm doing. I'm just thinking up weird scenarios in my mind, you know. So that's where my mind goes when it's not thinking things. It all of a sudden these weird scenarios pop in my head.
Spacing out. Spacing out.
I'm spaced out dude, all the time.
Get some of these fun facts here. This is a pretty good one. John Hughes wrote the script in only 2 days. Thoughts on that?
It's impressive, but it makes some sense because it does seem like a movie that comes out of some other place than your conscious mind. It's some kind of subconscious creativity workflow that he had. We went into a flow state and just came up with this insane premise.
Dude, it's like all his movies. You know what I mean? They're probably super easy. He's just like, oh, I got an opportunity to make this, and let me just tap into what I grew up and what experiences I had. So, yeah, I think that no surprise there, but that is the script work. And like back in the day, you're not in the 80s. I mean, obviously there's probably software to work on it, but he's probably like typing this shit out. So think about how many, couple hundred pages in 2 days. It's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So also John Hughes wasn't happy during the filming of this movie because it interfered with another project he cared about much more and resulting in his working a punishing schedule for months. But he agreed to direct it because Universal gave him a deal where he could also direct the more value project if he started this one first. The other film, The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Which it's like the same year, 1985. Kind of wild. Just bang them both out. I guess The Breakfast
Club is more valued, the more well-known movie.
Of course. Yeah. I'm curious to know how long this took to film. If that's the case, I would probably imagine like 2 months maybe, max.
Yeah.
Not too many crazy scenes.
I mean, what do you got?
Too many sets, pieces.
You have the mall, you have their house, and you have the school.
You have the car scenes where they're zipping around or whatever. But yeah, I couldn't imagine it to be too difficult. Also, Kelly LeBrock's character name was inspired by Apple's computer first GUI computer, the Apple Lisa. Now, am I crazy, or was there not a AI within like the past 5 years where they like gave it a name? They were calling it some chick and then like it just never panned out. Do you recall this at all?
You're talking to one that immediately started becoming
yes.
right wing.
Yeah, there's like this whole political like
Tay AI, I think it was called.
Was it? That doesn't sound.
Yeah, it was on Twitter, and then immediately it's just like became Hitler, like almost immediately.
Yeah, I recall that, and like they shut it down real quick. But interesting, because I thought that was that Apple that did that one as well.
That was Microsoft.
Microsoft, got it. Yeah,
curious that this was the case with this name, though. Apple in the 80s. Just think about that. Apple in the 80s. It would be a completely nothing company. No one believes in it. No one knows anything about it.
Stephen Jobs does.
Only Stephen Jobs. And you need to go back in time. I always thought about this. If I can time travel, right? What if I go too far? The idea is, okay, I'm going to go to 2010 and buy Bitcoin, right? Well, what if you go too far? Oh, I missed my mark. Now I'm in 1985.
Just
I'm like,
as soon as
I guess I got to buy Apple.
Yeah, you got to just buy Apple immediately, and Microsoft actually.
But it doesn't pay off for like 10 years though. That's the problem.
Yeah, you got to wait a little bit. Yeah, Apple would probably be a strong buy, I would say, if you time travel. If you get the chance, folks, time travel back and buy Apple. Kino scenes. Let's get into this movie. What do you got?
Well, the movie basically just starts off with these two guys just literally gooning in the corner, looking at all these hot chicks in our high school.
Yeah.
I mean, immediately I'm struck by a couple of things. Gymnastics setup at their school is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember when schools did actual gymnastics class where you had to like climb a rope?
Yeah, dude. I remember that.
The pegs in the wall.
Yep.
Right?
It wasn't like a big thing for us, but I recall it in like middle school. But I think it was way more prevalent back in the 80s.
Well, it was probably more comprehensive physical education kind of thing going on. Whereas when I was in school, it was like you played basketball, and then the other half of the year there was health class.
Yeah.
And you're like, cool, I'm getting health knowledge from a book, like when we should be doing karate.
Dude, I just recall middle school, we had badminton. Dude, I used to tear badminton up, bro. Should have stuck with that. I could have been a god tier badminton player.
I could have been a contender.
And just, but you can't. And then you compete with the dudes from like Asia, and they're all like freaking insane.
Oh yeah.
Badminton players. It's like the best on earth.
There's a badminton like day at LA Fitness where all these Asian dudes come in and go into the basketball court and transform it into these 3 badminton courts.
Hell yeah.
And I'll look in there, I'm just like, what is going on in here? Like, do I have to get involved in this right now? I kind of feel like I do.
You think you could tear them up?
It's been quite some time since I played badminton, but, so they'd probably destroy me.
Yeah, a little older, a little less flexible.
Is this the best Anthony Michael Hall movie from the Brat Pack days? He's given a lot of freedom character-wise to flex his chops, kind of.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think the Breakfast Club, obviously there's a ton more characters, and Bender gets like the majority of the action, so he's like a smaller role. But yeah, this is definitely his movie, I think. Even though you could argue why it's like the main character.
I was just going to say, I think they try and make Wyatt the main character in this, but I'd like to argue that I think Gary's the main character. Yeah. Gary basically does everything in this movie. He's the driving force behind everything. Wyatt just has the house. It's his parents' house, but
John Hughes literally was Wyatt. That's probably why. So he's writing it through the lens of he's Wyatt, and he's got the friend who was Gary.
That's an interesting perspective.
You could make that argument that he's the main character.
I'm also just a huge fan of the fact that Max and Ian pants these dudes, which is something that might have fallen out of favor in the culture, but they rip these dudes' pants down and then they're just like scream really loud, like, yo, check this out. Like, that is so funny to me that I feel like another aspect of this movie that just wouldn't be able to be remade.
Did you have that in high school or middle school, pantsing?
Dude, yeah, I remember a case where like everyone would just be outside the locker room hanging out. Our weight room was attached to our locker room, and there was a door from the weight room to the back, like to the back of the parking lot, and people would just be hanging out there. And I remember this kid, they like, I guess he was getting changed from the shower, and they took all his clothes or something while he was in the shower, and then just like launched him out of the locker room and like held the door closed and went to the back door and held it closed. And he had to like go all the way around the building naked. There's like all these chicks outside. Like, what the fuck? You don't want that to happen.
Cover it up, man. You just got to cover up and run. That's all you can do.
It was insane.
Yeah. I can't remember. There was definitely some. I think people did a lot of pantsing with like your boxer still on.
Yeah,
I do vaguely recall like a little pantsing era. There was also Chet does the wedgie in this movie, and I recall a short era of wedgies back in the day.
Wedgies. And then we have another just brilliant title card reveal in this movie. Actually gets me a little hyped up because the title card zooms on screen and it just blasts that song right at you. And you're like, all right, we're in for a fun time here. It accomplishes its mission of a title card.
It's a fun movie, dude. This is a great movie.
You're in for a good time.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, good point. Great title card.
And we just have, it just immediately jumps into just the most absurd premise. Like they're watching Frankenstein, Gary and Wyatt, and Gary's like, it's not a bad idea making a girl. Like, I don't think anyone's thinking about that, Gary, except you. Yeah. And it goes like right into them, like just deciding to do it and hacking the mainframe and figuring it out. Like the time from idea to completion in this movie is, I don't know, less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, they're driven by gooning, bro. They're driven by gooning. This is like all they think about is chicks, and it's like your prototypical gooner. But I just like looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, I recall that being young and you're going through adolescence, and I'm like, okay, like I'm thinking about chicks, but not to this level. And I guess it's like the idea is that they're nerds and they can't pull chicks, but I don't recall it ever being to like this level of it's my identity. Do you?
No.
Were you gooning, bro?
No, like I was just way too busy doing like 3 sports at a time.
Yeah, same. Exactly.
But like my horny level was certainly extremely high. I could tell you that. Like you're walking around. See, I don't know how you had it in your school, but it's a little different in mine because I went to Catholic high school, and these girls are wearing skirts, and it's supposed to be at their knee or whatever, but they all hike them up. So they're just like walking around with like thigh high stockings, and I'm like, all right, dude, like this is crazy. I'm super horny. I'm walking around with books over my cock because I've got a constant boner, and I'm like, I gotta just concentrate on fucking history or karate.
It's a weird concept to have these chicks wearing these skirts. I never really thought about that, but it's like kind of distracting. You think like,
no shit.
Maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know who put that into place in a Catholic school of all things. Our
probably some horny dude that
we just had like, standard chicks wear whatever they want, jeans, all that. So yeah, it was boring.
Yeah, imagine how much more concentrated you would be if you didn't have to deal with constant horniness when you were in high school. Could you be the head of Anthropic right now? Possibly. Could you be a billionaire? Very, very likely. And I want you to consider this as a fun theory. The whole movie being inside Gary's head. Like the opening scene shows that Gary is fantasizing about this room full of women, right? And Wyatt tries to check him, interrupts him. Gary says, don't ruin the fantasy, right? And we get a zoom in on Gary's eyes, possibly hinting this is one big dream scenario of a high school nerd like Gary, and this is happening when they're creating Lisa, right?
Yeah.
He's also the one that seemingly out of nowhere just takes charge throughout the whole movie about absurd scenarios that are taking place around him.
It's an interesting theory, which, furthers your point of, is the Gary the main character? But yeah, I mean, I like it. It's possible. What if?
I mean, they're very kind of nonchalant about the fact that Lisa can just warp reality to her will and create sports cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're very like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
I'm in on that. I'm in on it being a complete fever dream. I was watching my daughter and I, like, something was on. I think it was like the Mario movie or whatever. And she's so in tune with this stuff now. She just turned 5. And she goes, Dad, was that a dream? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, Luigi just woke up. She's like, was he dreaming? I'm like, how did you put 2 and 2 together to come up with that? Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
She's like half-assed watching.
She's smart, man.
She was like, she was playing while she was watching it. I'm like, wait, maybe. So, but okay. So getting back to it, Wyatt asked Gary, but what about your girl in Canada? Because they're talking about like creating the check. He's like, he just kind of fumbles on his words and he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. Like, do you recall this dude, like when you're talking to your boys and someone talking like, oh, well, I got this girl in California. You know what I mean? Do you recall this?
Yeah.
I vividly recall, maybe myself even using it a couple times. Like, oh yeah, I got this like long distance girlfriend trying to act cool.
No one I know had ever did that. And I feel like that would be one thing where I would just immediately flip out and call him crazy or something.
Call him out.
You know?
Yeah. Bullshit.
No one I know ever did anything like that. But I was aware of this technique from movies and stuff back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, no one better do this.
So let's talk tech here. So they got this computer, they're using this DOS program, right, to alter this chick's physical specs. Basically, if you notice, it's just spamming clip art. And they're going through this like matrix type thing into the void.
Mm-hmm.
What program are they using for that? Because like it looks insane compared to modern tech. I mean, but this is 1985. Do you recall what program that is? They have like floppy disks and shit. I'm like, what is this?
I'm not sure. They seem to be hacking some kind of government facility for extra power
it shows the dude
as well.
Yeah. It's like, what?
Do you know that this is exactly how AI works right now?
No, I did not.
So like the AI companies basically take the whole internet and as much information as possible and use it to train their models.
Uh-huh.
And what are they doing? They're trying to put up these data centers, which are essentially giant rooms full of graphics cards.
Uh-huh.
But it looks different back then because it looks like just some guy sitting like, oh, the room's going crazy or whatever, right? It's a very primitive kind of look of how do you train some computer program to be a real person? Well, you just start putting in Playboys and pictures of Albert Einstein and stuff like that.
I think that was like a cool play though. So like they're clipping out these pictures and they're scanning it, right? So the computer knows how to reference it and it spits out these 3D models, which I thought looks kind of cutting edge for 1985. Like it makes sense that that's what they would use to have the models drawn up, but then like putting it in practicality, like having to spit this chick out is kind of wild. But
what did John Hughes know? Did he know? Is John Hughes a time traveler? Did he know about AI back then?
Oh boy, John Hughes. So you have this Lisa reveal, absolute keynote. I mean, she's got the pink mist in the background. She's wearing these panties, super sexy. It's like, what exactly is going on where they had to have a British accent for this chick? Like that was the first thing I thought about. I'm like, wait a second, she got a British accent. Why? It's like, what was the necessity for that? Unless this actress is British.
That may be the case, and they were just like, F it, just keep it in. Just be you. Yeah.
What's her name? Kelly LeBrock?
Yeah. Kelly LeBrock.
She's American.
Just.
Interesting. Yeah, just have a British accent. It'd probably be easier to just, regular English, but just, we're going to go with it. Have a British accent. It's like, wow.
I mean, do you think it's hot? Does it add anything to her hotness? Yeah.
I guess so, because, this is targeted for American kids, so it gives it that little extra panache, right? A little bit of flair to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to ask, this begs the question, was she cast because she's the hottest chick at this time? And that takes precedent over her acting? Because I looked it up. She doesn't really do a whole lot after this. She's not really known for too much. But was this a situation where, because it wasn't like a super popular movie, right? It's like not a Hollywood blockbuster. Are they just hiring this chick because he's like, okay, we're casting, she's super hot, we're just going to go with it? it's a silly, funny, like quirky movie. Let's just go with like the hottest chick we can find.
I think so. I think that might be the case. She was probably the hot it girl of that slice of time, and she got cast in this, and the marketing was probably like, "Hey, Kelly LeBrock is in this as this hot woman."
Yeah. So that begs the question: does she hold up to being like this computer altered perfect hot chick?
She,
and you're for an 80s chick.
did.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes,
super hot.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's my thing.
100%. This is like super hot chick, super hot in my mind. I might be biased because I'm saying this when I'm in first grade or whatever. This might have been planted some kind of subconscious stamp in my mind, but I'm going to go ahead and say that, yeah, she's super hot.
So also point out the first thing she immediately does is just get butt naked, takes a shower, and they're just in the shower with her. Like, what's going on here, dude? Like, is there some legality? These dudes are, mind you, Wyatt is 16 years old filming this, and Gary's 17 years old in real life. There's got to be some kind of legality. So I looked it up. Apparently, she wore like panties on her bottoms, and then he taped up her nipples for the scene inside. But like, dude, if you notice later in the movie, she's full on making out with Wyatt. Like, do you think if you're this 30-some-year-old chick, that's kind of weird? Are there kind of any type of laws against this? I mean, I know it's the 80s, it's Hollywood. Like, what's going on here? Thoughts?
Yeah, I just think they just didn't give a fuck back then.
Literally, dude. Like, it's like that probably would not pass these days, man. It's kind of wild, but it works. Makes the movie good.
It's more of like a little high school dude's fantasy too.
Literally, yeah.
So it makes more sense that it would like make sense to the audience. It wouldn't be creepy or weird because this is she's not a real person.
Right.
She's this entity that is their slave, basically. So, although that's the more disturbing thought is, would it play with audiences now that these two high school kids basically made a sex slave that looks like a supermodel?
Misogynistic because they're like making this super hot chick. That's why they won't remake it, dude. That's solely the reason. It's not getting the green light.
So I mean, Lisa has these godlike powers of creation because she can make anything happen with her mind. So she comes alive and she immediately just wants to party.
Yeah, why not? She never partied,
right? It seems like that. Yeah, like if you had godlike powers yourself, what would you do? You could just make anything appear in front of yourself. Well, now the whole rat race, the whole idea of having to spend your time making money and everything is irrelevant. So what would you do? You would just party and shit, right?
Just rob a bank immediately. First thing I'm doing.
Just for funsies?
Just for why not? I mean, you could do
the only reason why not would be like you could just make money appear in your hand.
Well, I guess that's the case, yeah. Yeah.
But
I guess party.
The idea is, like she doesn't need any of the kind of modern things we toil about. Yeah. So she just goes right to, I'm going to party. But as we find out later, there is a different motivation going on underneath all this hedonism, right? So they go to this dive bar type place with a bunch of black dudes. Like, is this a black bar? I don't know what that is.
It's like a blues jazz bar kind of thing, but in the 80s, I would assume it's like, there's like a significant amount of black people there. So I guess it's a blues bar.
Another element here in this movie where it would just not be able to jive with today's audience is the definitely. Absolute code switching going on when Gary gets drunk. It's insane, dude. It hits you out of nowhere. You're like, what is going on here? It's the best scene it's the best thing I've ever seen, and it's actually really good. But it's also the most disturbing thing I've ever seen. It's like, this would potentially cancel Anthony Michael Hall if this was released today.
That's why he got canceled, bro. Like, he hasn't done any work since. I think he still does like TV bit roles or whatever, but no, it's definitely a crazy scene, bro, and definitely why they wouldn't remake it in 2026 for sure. But it begs a question, like, what is the underlying motivation throughout the movie? And I think she puts them into these uncomfortable situations so they can get turned into Chads. Do you agree?
That's 100% what's going on.
Yeah.
And
So like she could take him to any bar, but like let me take him to this like super uncomfortable the downtown Chicago, right? And like there are these two little white suburban dudes, and there's a bunch of like black dudes like who are into blues, right? And just drinking liquor.
that's exactly, that's 2026 way of putting it. It's essentially this development, this self-improvement development of these two young guys through the use of this supernatural element.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. But the scene, though, to your point, is like super hilarious. But it that's what I'm talking about, is to my earlier point about Anthony Michael Hall being such a good actor. Like, think about this. He's like this 17-year-old kid. He's got everyone on set. He's got all these other actors, and he's just delivering super confidently and just doing this whole, I don't even know you want to call it, like this Creole kind of, swag to him, smoking the cigar, and he's just like acting drunk, but he actually kind of nails it, which it comes off as super funny. And like this dude is just like, think about that. Like, it's just when you're that young, you just have that swag and that confidence. Like, so when he's locked in, this is like a absolute lock in, and he just kills this scene, in my opinion.
Yeah, and this scene is so over the top, and you're like, oh yeah, Gary is the main character.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because there's no scene like this with Wyatt, because he's just not as entertaining as an actor as Anthony Michael Hall. But also, I don't know if you noticed this, the guy who's speaking Spanish, like the only one white dude in the scene, that's the guy who plays his dad in The Breakfast Club. When Anthony Michael Hall's, did you notice that when he's Brian?
Yeah, he's a janitor.
His dad's a janitor. Yep, the same exact guy, which I thought was pretty wild. So they're literally shooting two movies together within like a matter of months, which I thought was pretty cool.
So we're introduced to the great Bill Paxton, who keeps reoccurring on our podcast, the brother Chet, who bullies Wyatt for money. The thoughts on Bill Paxton in this movie?
Yeah, dude. I mean, we're Paxton maxing. I just love this incredible military flat top that they chose to give him, right? And he has such a good line. It's like, they open with him and like they introduce this like insane character, which it's, again, for this movie, over the top. Bill Paxton absolutely crushes it. Great line here. He goes, "You two donkey dicks couldn't get laid in a morgue." Like, his lines are just so deadpan, like it's just so good. But if you notice, there was this one thing, I don't know if you caught this, probably did, but when they had their first altercation with him, they go back into their room, and then Chet goes back into his room. He's got this cigar. He puts it in his mouth, and then he just turns away from facing his door and does this little thing with his arms and kicks his door in. It's like, and then it just cuts scene and goes to the next one. It's like the dumbest little insert, but I thought it was like epic. It was so funny.
Somewhat unnecessary, but they throw it in because it's just so
good. It's his character. It's like, this is what this dude would do. I don't know why. I love it.
So, and then like the next scene, these dudes go to the mall, and I start to get a little upset. Okay,
go on.
Do you remember the mall, bud? Do you remember the good times at the mall?
Dude, I may have said it before. We had at our mall, like growing up, man, it was like Friday nights, so we would go to the mall, or Saturdays, and they had this place called Boardwalk Boulevard, which was like an arcade. Dude, spent many a Friday nights in that place. It was awesome. Like, go to the video game shop, head over to Boardwalk. Like, it was, dude, epic. But yes, it is depressing watching this back. To your point, it's like, man, look at this functioning society. Like, enjoy.
Look at this mall, dude. Yeah, the community is out at the mall, having a good time, shopping, hanging out with each other, you know?
It's depressing. I hate to say it. Now you just get your Amazon delivery. That's it.
All the malls around me are dead.
Well, so I think
Sickens me.
King of Prussia is in Philadelphia outside of it, and that's still...
It's there.
It's the second biggest mall, I think, in the country, but yeah, we've been to it recently. It's kind of just, meh. It is what it is, but I do want to point out here in the scene, though, if you notice Wyatt's drip, he's got like this white long sleeve button up shirt with like this bulky sweater over it, like sleeves rolled up. And then he's got this white vest that looks kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. This is like, they're not Chads yet. They're just still nerds. well, I guess, they're going with Lisa, so like she made him look cool. But this look, absolutely Kino for the 80s, if you caught that one.
Yeah, it's an absurd 80s wardrobe they have at the mall, and it I've never seen anything like it.
So, but after that, immediately we get introduced to Robert Downey Jr., who plays Ian, one of the two bullies that are after him the whole movie. So, First things first, he should be one of the two nerds. Like, this dude shouldn't be the bully. That's my opinion, because the dude's like 5'2", and does he not remind you of like that super annoying kid? Like, he shouldn't even be a bully, because like he was like the crummy little toady of like the main bully guy, but somehow he's the main bully here. Do you recall this kid growing up? It's like just annoying as shit. Just
yeah, the toady.
Yeah, the loud mouth. Super annoying. This is Robert Downey Jr. Somehow he gets this role.
Well, the other bully, Max, was played by this actor Robert Russler. I was like, is Russler actually bigger than Downey at this point? I'm not sure about that. I think this is Russler's first or second movie. Yeah. And Downey had like, 5 movies or something, but
I'm not sure. There was like this hard push.
When this came out, no one knew who Downey was.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There was this push, him in Hollywood, and then obviously got into drugs and shit. And then like, you think it was like late 2000s, early 2010s where they like try to revamp his career, which like he was doing stuff even before Iron Man. But again, dude, we covered it with Iron Man. Like, I don't hate him as an actor. I think he's good, but he's just like, I don't know, man. Something about him just rubs me the wrong way.
There's an alternate universe somewhere where Downey is the one that does these unknown movies, is in a million TV shows as a character actor.
Yeah.
And Robert Russler becomes Iron Man.
Yeah, exactly. Or like Downey Jr. just stays like hooked on drugs and never makes it back.
That could happen, sure.
Robert Russell, dude. So good.
Great actual funny moment. Max and Ian are apologizing to Wyatt and Gary at the party that Wyatt and Gary are throwing for dropping an icy at them in the mall.
Yeah.
And asking, can we borrow Lisa? The guys say no.
Borrow
and
Lisa.
Max is like, come on, quit being such pricks. I just think it was his delivery of this line, incredible, just nonchalance, especially after bullying him through the whole movie.
Yeah. No, and then they end up just like doing it anyway, and like they're all in there with the bras on it. But yeah, I recall that line vividly. It's like, oh, come on, man, just let us borrow. Don't be such pricks. It's like, dude, what? You just like bullied us for like our entire careers. You just pantsed us in front of all the chicks in the high school. How are we being pricks again?
Yeah. Let me borrow your girlfriend to have sex with. And, like, come on, dude, stop being pricks. It's like, what?
After that, there's this montage, right, where they try to give Lisa the bigger boobs, and all this crazy shit starts happening. And it's like, I actually, from a filmmaking standpoint, I actually appreciated it because they're using all these pretty cool tricks for that time, like mid 80s. And like, if you remember, there's like a picture of the husband and wife, and they come to life and they start dancing or whatever. There's that chick getting like sucked out of the chimney, and like she's going sideways, which they would have had to have shot. And just like the nerd in me of like filmmaking, I'm like, all right, this is actually like pretty cool. Like, I appreciate this. Like, to drive home the fact that like they're using this, superpowers combined with, forces and the computer and shit. So it's like, I just thought it was a pretty cool trick. So
yeah, how do you convey that on screen in the 80s?
Yeah.
Limited technology. Well,
right.
You got to do all these tricks, and it's impressive. It's like
I like it.
I'm a big fan of the aesthetics of this scene where they're they're attempting to create another Lisa. It's like these red clouds come over the house, and it's super scary time, right? Just like when they hit enter, Max just starts yelling for some reason, like, ah! And everything speeds up. They hit you with the music, and it's just, okay, this is crazy time. Everything goes nuts.
Well, they're not trying to make a new Lisa, right? They're just trying to make her boobs bigger or something?
No, they're making another Lisa for Max and Ian, but they forget to hook up the doll. Gotcha. So that's why a nuclear missile comes through their...
Totally missed that. I'm an idiot.
But that's why they were like, well, what size boobs to make? And both of them were like, bigger.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, I just thought that they were like altering her. That's where like, I was like, oh, wait, snap. She's going to like get these giant boobs in the middle of like the party or whatever. But the plan backfires and Lisa says, what are you two going to learn? That people like you for what you are, not what you can give them, right? So this drives home the whole message of the movie where she's like, dudes, like you don't have to, bend to these two dudes who are assholes, like bullying you. Like just do your own thing, right? Just become Chads. You don't have to impress people. That's the whole, that's it. That's the theme of the movie.
This whole movie is very Nietzschean. If you get down to it, Lisa is an Ubermensch figure who, upon being created, right, immediately assesses the situation and lives to help others in the most important way possible, turning these guys from gooners to a couple of guys who take action. That's literally the whole movie, right? This is her real motivation, and it's a success, which she does. Evidence is the car chase scene randomly thrown in at the end. Like, why was that in the movie exactly?
Yeah, exactly.
It's to show Gary has become accustomed to his new mindset. He doesn't need Lisa anymore. He's now ascended because he immediately just, what's he want to do? Oh, he doesn't want to get stopped by the cops, so he just takes off, right? The old Gary would stop immediately.
Yeah, bad business.
Now he's the new Gary, and they show you that to show that point. So, like, it's this whole thing where these guys are ascending, but they can't do it on their own. They have to have this supernatural help. And in life, some people need help to ascend, and you should take that help.
Yeah, it's good point. Good point. So we have this Mad Max scenario where Lisa challenges them to deal with the situation. Like, she's like, all right, it's your problem. You got to deal with it, right? And Chad Anthony Michael Hall stands his ground, and he tells the chief to pedal his bikes away and not scoff the floors. I'm like, respect. Like, he's made our boy's all grown up. He's going to stand up to this tribal chief who could kill him. You love to see it. Love to see it.
Yeah, the guy is the same guy from The Road Warrior who plays Wes. Holy smokes, though. Gary ascends to full Chad status. Incredible speech, right? Delivery not allowed in 2026. His first move is he just turns to the guy's girlfriend that's on a chain. He's like, why don't you shut up, bitch?
There, like, every scene that he has in this movie would not be allowed to be made now. It's so true, though. So there's this long Chet scene at the end, right? And I think it takes up way too much time in the movie, but seemingly, I guess it's like their final hurdle, right? Before coming full-blown Chads. But I was thinking to myself, if Lisa has the ability to erase Gary's parents' minds, right? Where like they don't even remember anything, why doesn't she just do that with Chet instead of turning him into this like monster goblin thing where he would still have the ability to give them shit down the road?
Two theories. One, they need to see that Chet still remembers to get over him bullying them.
Good point.
The other would be she's helping Chet.
Yeah.
If she just made, because at the end of the movie, she leaves them, but then becomes a teacher at the high school for gym. And the implication being she's going to help more people become full-blown Chads. So she's helping Chet in an indirect way because someone like that, she can't just erase his memory. That would just be too easy. She has to bully him and see what bullying's like from the other perspective so that he doesn't do it anymore.
Very wholesome, very John Hughes-esque. Actually, two good points there. So, yeah, I mean, that's it. That's the movie. They get the girls. They say bye to Lisa. She puts everything back to normal just in time for, Wyatt's parents walking through the door. The guys got their girlfriends and a newfound confidence. The end. That's the movie. That's it.
What's the lesson here, bud?
That's it. That's the lesson. It's like you always say, just act. Don't talk about it. Just like take action, which I'm like a big fan of doing things like that. You just have to do it. Do you not agree?
At multiple points in the movie, that's what is going on where they're hiding in the closet They're hiding in the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're faced with situations where they have to act. And sometimes they don't. So Lisa forces the situation. And after it's forced upon them, they learn to act because they have no other choice, which embeds in their mind forever the mindset of just act.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
Now they've ascended.
Yeah. And they're like, we have to break it to her. We don't need her anymore. Like, we got the girlfriends, we got our confidence. Like, and she's just happy for him. She's like, that's the whole point of my existence. So, I great, plot to the movie. Great, message, I think. What's your keynote rating, sir?
I give this movie a 7. It's a nice little movie. It's not that long. You can kind of sit through it real quick and watch it. If you've never seen it, I highly suggest doing that on like a weekend and everything. I agree with the central message of this movie, which is face your fears, impose your will.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I give it a movie a 7.
All right. I mean, as per usual, I'll go a little higher. I'll give 7.5. Like I mentioned before, classic John Hughes coming of age film. Any teenage boy can really relate to. It's cool in the sense that this chick acts as the segue to get these guys to gain confidence, which I think is cool. The audio sucks. I mean, the actual audio of the movie, like there's all these
like
stupid little no, I mean the songs are good, but like the actual audio just sounds like shit on a bunch of different scenes.
Mm-hmm.
It could kind of plays to the fact that it seemed like they rushed it. But there's all these like little things when he hits them with the gun, like these little sound effects and shit that are just like,
oh, I see it. Yeah.
It's over the top type thing. But again, audio not that great. Scenes are over the top. But again, dude, it's not breaking ground in filmmaking, right? There's those cool little tricks that I mentioned, during that montage, which I thought were pretty cool. But it's just a fun movie, like you mentioned. And it's just one you can just watch quick. It's an hour and a half. It's a dead genre that unfortunately will probably never be resurrected. But I guess that's why, we appreciate it so much. So that's it, folks. If you haven't seen it, Weird Science, check it out. Thank you for listening. Check us out at www.regularmenthol.com. Share an episode. We appreciate you listening. And what do we got next week, my friend?
Oh, we have next week Russell Crowe, Master and Commander.
Yes.
Are you Master and Commander pilled, sir? If not, you will be.
This is a movie that I just throw on during the summertime and I'll just watch randomly. Just like, I haven't watched Master and Commander in 6 months. Let me just check that box off. Yeah, this is kind of my movie. So
great timing because I haven't watched it in a while, and yeah, it's getting around that time.
Dig into it next week. Until then, catch you on the next one.